Hello, my name is Alan Keeler with Frigi-Tech International. Today we're going to have a video talking about the different types of Frigi-Tech and the different type of tools and ways to install Frigi-Tech before we actually go out and do some installations. And just some simple things that might make life a little easier. We'll start at this side of the table. What we have here are some different sizes of containers that Frigi-Tech can come in. First, we have the metal containers and the quart for the polyester and the synthetic blends of oil. We have quart containers for the mineral oils, low temp as well, and of course the gallon containers that most people are familiar with. Here we have our standard refrigerant oil pump. This is a Ritchie Max Flow oil pump designed to put out 3.8 ounces per stroke. We'll go in and talk about how to use this and the best applications for it. I have a box of New Pig oil absorbent hand wipes or towels. Far as I've played with, these are the best towels out there to absorb any kind of lubricant spills or any messes that you might make. They don't leave a drop of oil anywhere. Got the all-important safety glasses. We always got to keep safety in mind anytime you're messing with a refrigeration unit. It's always a good idea to have your safety glasses on to protect you from either refrigerant spray that can come out or oil that can bounce up and get on you. Got a crescent wrench here. Typically you'll use that to take off the protective cap covering the Schrader valve on your rooftop units. Got a very basic amp meter. That's a good one to keep in check so that you can do your measurements of the amperage draw before and come back after. As well, also check the voltage, make sure that we're getting the proper amount of voltage to the system. Screwdriver that has interchangeable tips so that we can put a nut driver on the end or a different size screwdrivers on there. You'll need that in case the fittings or the Schrader valves are inside the unit on the rooftop units. Most of the newer ones now have the access service ports on the outside, so there's usually not a need to get inside. But you'll need that if you want to take your amperage readings as well. Here we have our Ryobi caulk gun. It's an electric 18-volt caulk gun. That is designed, the Frigi-Tech 8-ounce cartridges are designed to fit into the Ryobi caulking gun so that it makes for the installation to be a whole lot easier rather than using the manual crank that comes standard with the 8-ounce caulk gun. Now, transporting things around, I have found most simplistically a 5-gallon bucket works great. Everything fits inside of there, your tools, your towels, your wipes, and the containers of Frigi-Tech. And with an easy handle, if you got to go up on roofs, you can simply tie a rope to it and lift it up, or you can carry it up and it doesn't weigh that much. It keeps everything nice and organized. The Ritchie Max Flow pump. Again, as I said, this puts out 3.8 ounces per stroke. So if you have a 4-ton air conditioning unit that you're going to be treating, it's simply one stroke straight down, and that should be good enough to treat that unit. If you have a 10-ton unit, it's probably 2 strokes and a quarter will get that unit treated with the proper amount. As you can see, it's very similar to a bicycle pump. All you need to do, we have this U hose here. You simply take your Frigi-Tech, drop that U into the 1-gallon container or the quarts, and as you lift and raise on the handle, it will begin to fill it up, very similar to a bicycle pump. The one thing that we need to make sure is that we have to purge all the atmospheric air out of this line. So before you do your installation, before you hook it up, take this unit and prime this hose until we have a small amount of Frigi-Tech coming out. And that will get the unit ready and get all atmospheric air out because we don't want to put any contaminants into that system. If we're talking about the 8-ounce charging cylinder, these have a special grooved end, and I will zoom in so you can see this. And this special grooved in fits inside this manual crank and locks into place. Then, by simply turning this crank handle, it will depress the plunger inside and inject your Frigi-Tech. If you'd like to make life easy, I recommend this Ryobi caulking gun. If you look, I have it grooved out here so that the notches fit in here, and then once it's in place, it aligns the graduated markings so you can see how much is going in. Now with this, you simply just pull the trigger, and as you can see, this bottle's already been used. We have about 3 ounces left in here, but this works perfect so that you can see the plunger coming in and how it lines up so it'll be depressed. Again, we want to make sure before we do this installation that we have purged all atmospheric air out of this line. So before you come in, the hose that comes with the container has a cap on the end, and leave this cap in place so that it depresses the Schrader valve inside and will allow a small amount of oil to come out. But this way it's a small amount and it doesn't squirt oil everywhere. So once we've purged the line and got it filled up with the Frigi-Tech oil in there, it'll be safe to put onto the Schrader valve of the low side service port. Again, this is the way the bottle will come shipped. Got a cap fitting on here, so it can be your choice. If you have many units to do, I recommend using the Ryobi. If you only have 1 or 2, use the hand crank. It is not that difficult to twist and overcome the pressures. Of course, right now for the 8-ounce cartridges, we're only using that on the mineral oils, so your R22 and older refrigerants like that. Some of the new refrigerants operate at such higher pressures that we don't recommend the hand crank, so likewise we don't make those in the 8-ounce container. So with that, now we can go ahead and begin to do some of our installations. Again, if you guys have any questions or any other videos that you would like to be seen to talk about more instructional things, please let us know at mail@frigitech.com.